Hey there folks, Mike Rowe here, and let me tell you, there's something about gold that just gets people fired up. Maybe it's the history, the allure of striking it rich, or just the satisfaction of holding something so valuable in your hands. And whatever it is, gold prospecting and processing have captivated folks for centuries. Today we're diving headfirst into the world of gold or processing. We're talking about taking those raw chunks of rock and coaxing out the precious metal hidden within. It's a blend of science, skill, and a little bit of luck, and let me tell you, it's a whole lot of work. But that's what makes it so rewarding. There's nothing quite like seeing that first glint of gold after you've put in the sweat equity. So, whether you're a seasoned prospector or just starting out, come on in and let's get our hands dirty. Alright, so you've been out in the field, you've swung your pickaxe, and you've managed to pull out some promising-looking ore. Now what? Well, the first order of business is to break that ore down into manageable pieces. We're talking about crushing it, grinding it, pulverizing it, whatever you want to call it. The goal is to reduce that rock to sand or powder. Why is this so important? Well, gold is often found in tiny particles, sometimes even microscopic, locked away inside the rock. Crushing the ore exposes these particles, freeing them from their rocky prison and making them accessible for extraction. There are a bunch of different tools you can use for this, from simple mortars and pestles for small batches to more heavy-duty jaw crushers and ball mills for larger operations. The key is to choose the right tool for the job and to wear proper safety gear, including eye protection, gloves, and a dust mask. Safety first, folks. Now that you've got your ore all crushed up, it's time to separate the gold from the rest of the gang. One of the oldest and most reliable methods is gravity separation, and it's based on a simple principle. Gold is heavy, much heavier than most other materials found in ore. Enter the sluice box. This ingenious contraption uses flowing water and a series of riffles or traps to separate materials based on their density. As the water washes over the crushed ore, the heavier gold particles settle down into the riffles, while the lighter materials are carried away. Another classic tool is the gold pan. This shallow conical pan is used to swirl water and sediment, again using gravity to separate the heavy gold from the lighter materials. It takes a bit of practice to master the technique, but it's a satisfying and effective way to extract gold. Now, here's a little tip. Keep an eye out for black sand. This heavy, dark sand is often a sign that gold is present, as they tend to concentrate together. So, if you see black sand, chances are you're on the right track. Section 4. The chemical approach, leaching and its alternatives. Sometimes gravity separation alone isn't enough to recover all the gold from your ore. That's where chemical processing methods come in, and one of the most common is cyanide leaching. Now, before you run for the hills, let me be clear. Cyanide is dangerous stuff, and it needs to be handled with extreme caution, and only by experienced individuals with proper training and safety equipment. But when used responsibly, cyanide can be an effective way to dissolve gold from ore. The process involves dissolving the gold in a cyanide solution, then separating the gold-bearing solution from the ore. However, due to the environmental concerns associated with cyanide, researchers and prospectors are increasingly exploring eco-friendlier alternatives, such as using thiosulfate or thiourea as leaching agents. These alternatives offer a promising way to extract gold while minimizing the environmental impact. Remember, folks, it's our responsibility to protect the land we work on. Section 5. Fire and flux, the art of smelting. Alright, you've crushed your ore. You've separated the gold and you're left with a concentrate, a small amount of material that's rich in gold. Now it's time to turn up the heat and get that gold shining. Smelting is the process of melting the gold concentrate and separating it from any remaining impurities. This is done using a furnace or crucible and requires high temperatures, often exceeding 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. But it's not just about heat, you also need something called a flux. A flux is a material that helps lower the melting point of the impurities, allowing them to be easily separated from the molten gold. Common fluxes include borax, soda ash, and silica sand. Once the gold is molten, it's poured into a mold where it cools and solidifies into a bar or ingot, and there you have it, pure gleaming gold, ready to be admired or put to use. Section 6. mastering the craft a lifelong pursuit. So there you have it, folks, a crash course in gold ore processing. From crushing and grinding to gravity separation, leaching and smelting, it's a multi-step process that requires patience, skill and a healthy respect for safety, but it's also an incredibly rewarding pursuit. There's something truly special about holding a piece of gold that you've extracted and refined yourself. It's a tangible reminder of your hard work and ingenuity. And remember, folks, mastering gold ore processing is a lifelong journey. There's always something new to learn, new techniques to try, and new challenges to overcome. So keep experimenting, keep learning, and most importantly, keep that adventurous spirit alive. Who knows what treasures you might unearth?